So it is a Monday afternoon, and Sam and I are sitting in Mineola, Texas, right outside the Spur On Ministry building here. We're at Mike and Darlene Fletcher's here, and we've been on the road. Sam, you started on the road last Tuesday. I put it on the road last Wednesday. All headed to Springtown, Texas for the Clark's, Kelly Clark, Charlene Clark's rodeo reunion down there at the Buckhorn. And we said we're going to run right by Shawnee. Let's stop.
Yeah, and what a great event for the kids, and trailers, campers everywhere, and just they won. What'd they say? It paid out over $270,000.
Yeah, I think it was like $277,000. 900 contestants.
Yeah. So you young kids out there, 19 and under, if you want to go somewhere that pays good,
You bet.
saddle up.
300 breakaway ropers.
Wow.
And the arena conditions, it was a bit wet, but my gosh, that place, I mean, they had some fast times, great runs. We saw pole bending, goat tying, bronc riding. Talk a little bit about that bronc riding we saw in that finals.
Yeah, that's short going to bronc riding. They took the top 15 from the 2 rounds, and them horses was pretty testy. There were some in there. The young DeMoss boy had one that was kind of half treacherous.
Yep.
The one that impressed me was the boy from North Carolina, Jason's son.
Jason Brumley. You sat right by Jason, talked to him.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it. He's well connected with Jerome Davis. I was listening to Jerome, his new podcast on Rodeo Mo, or Dirty Mo Rodeo, I guess it is, Dirty Mo. Jerome Davis was talking about hauling with Jason up in North Dakota, breaking down in his van. Great stories up there. And he's asked Jason. Jason said he asked him to be on the show, and what Jason say?
He didn't think he wanted to do it.
I said, we can practice. Come on down. But we did practice this week. We saw a bunch of great folks.
We're very busy.
And of course, Ronnie Williams, arms wide open. He sets us up in the IPRA booth there, right in the trade center,
which worked great. And the beauty of the whole thing, I got to see people I hadn't seen in years and years, and we got a lot of them on the show, and legends of the game.
It was amazing the number of folks that were there. And we had an opportunity. We learned a lot about judging from Steve Ratchford. That'd be Wendell Ratchford's cousin.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
We learned a bunch from him. Very interesting cat. Talked about the standard of rodeo when they get out there and get going.
Mm-hmm. And then we talked to many folks. Tom Walker.
Yeah, Tom Walker, 7-time IPRA world champion. I learned that he was one of the first ones, I think there was only 1 or 2 to do it, qualified for both the IFR and the NFR in the same year. I believe it was 1985.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And I've known Tom for a long time, and what an amazing man.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. And of course, we had one of the announcers, Monty Stevie, was on there.
Yeah.
And he talked about military rodeo. When he was in the Army, he was in for 10 years, and I said, Monty, thank you for your service, right?
Right.
He was in Germany, Hohenfeld, which, as it turns out, my son was stationed in Hohenfeld for about 2 years.
Is that right?
Yep. He's younger than Monty is, okay? But Monty talked about riding military rodeo. He was on an Army rodeo team when he was in Europe. And we're going to connect that to something else here in just a minute.
Yeah, we will.
We will. And then your hero, one of the first guys you said, we're going to do a podcast. We put a list together, and I think he was like top 3 or top 4 for you on your list.
Yeah, and somebody that, I've known a while, but never known him very well.
Yeah.
And Mr. Clarence LeBlanc.
Oh, what a joy.
Yeah, just a true gentleman of the game, and it was nice to hear his history and how he came up through rodeo and the challenges he would have.
And a challenging time in rodeo, and in America it was a challenging time.
Right.
But he wins 2 world championships.
Yeah.
Hauled with some of the best.
Yep.
And what fun to talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd never met him before.
Oh.
I'd never seen him before.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. And then you go to breakfast, right?
Yeah.
Every morning you go to breakfast. I slept in. I'm kind of a cowboy. Kelly Clark, I called him the other morning at 8 o'clock, and he says, I'm a cowboy. I go to bed late, I get up late. We're on a different time zone. So. But you go to the restaurant, you come back, say, got us another interview.
Yep. Got us an interview with Mr. Smets.
Rob Smets.
You know, the legend of the game there again. You know, that's the beauty of this. There was a lot of legends.
And he was there announcing.
Correct.
Clarence was there pulling gates. He was running the chute gate for the steer wrestling.
Probably for everything out of the team roping and
Team
steer
rope and
wrestling.
everything. Now they got 3 arenas.
Yes.
And it's a setup, man. And they can run all them kids. So it's 2 rounds for each kid.
Yep.
Everybody gets to go twice. And then into the short round, into the final round. And they can pull off a performance. You and I have been to these performances where they run about 5-6 hours to get through.
Mm-hmm.
Man, 2 hours. They're clicking.
Yep, about 2 hours and they were done. And with all those breakaway ropers, I thought, oh, we're going to be here a while. But no, ran off good, quick, and was very good watching.
You bet. And so Rob Smets, 5-time Wrangler bullfighting champion, back when they had the Wrangler bullfighting, fought the national finals several years, PBR bullfighter, and now announcing.
Yeah.
And just very interesting.
It's another chapter of the rodeo of his life. You know, just one more statement.
And then for the 3rd year in a row, we got to interview Team Australia.
Yes, we did.
What'd you think of them?
Oh, good on them. You know, a bunch of good kids and a lot of fun. They were enjoying being here, and in what it is for these kids, it's amazing that they get to come over at that age and apply their talents. And for the ones, the barrel racers and the pole benders, it's got to be completely out of realm because you're riding somebody else's horse.
You bet.
But they did well.
And the travel to get here, it's crazy. The number of flights, the number of hours on, and the amount of work it takes. You know, they're hustling sponsorship. It takes so much money to do it. But Kylie and Colin Ferguson, Colin was here this year, right? So it was good I'd interviewed him a couple times before, always on the phone. But this year she texted me and said, hey, we're going to be in town. I said, funny that, so am I. So we were on the ground the same time they were on, got to meet him in person, and we had a lot of fun. And then don't forget, on Friday night, let me back up, Thursday night, the Bouchards.
The Cajuns.
The Cajuns.
Wow.
Between the Millers and the Bouchards, they had it covered.
It's
Food.
My fat belly.
Yeah.
But, and that's what it's about. Family-oriented, meeting people, and
and we sat with them and had a plate. We had some shrimp and some fish and potatoes and beans, and oh my gosh, it's just great eating. He actually pulls a trailer full of freezers, so they got plenty of food while they're there. Of course, Louisiana Cowboys. Then we go to the other place. Remember the Cajun brothers that were there?
Yes, we do. We got to say hello to them. And I think they thought we were fibbing, and Doug said we'll be back.
Well, I mistook the camp.
Yeah.
We went to the wrong camp to start with, and they said, I'm the chef, pull up a plate. And I said, are you the Bouchards? Nope. And I said, well, we got to go find them because Scott Bouchard had been on the show a couple years ago, and I wanted to meet him, done it all on the phone. He had just a wonderful episode. So we'll be back, and they're like, yeah, whatever, right? So we go off, we eat a little shrimp, mingle just a little bit, and we come back about a half hour later, and then, oh, you did come back.
Well, we actually were going to not go back.
Yeah, and then you said, but we said we're going to. Doug, you said we was going to go back.
Better stick to our word.
Yeah, so we did.
Wonderful people.
Hung out with them, and great food. And my goodness, we had sausage and what's the like it's in a sausage case, but it's vegetable boudin. Boudin.
Yeah.
Okay, and steaks. I mean, wonderful food. More food than I could eat.
Yeah. We tried, but we couldn't finish.
Yeah. And man, when we pulled in there to Shawnee, they gave us the perfect parking place. They gave us electric. We had full hookups. What a neat facility. That whole thing. And of course, great to see Dan again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, got to hang out with her a little bit. What a machine she's got running in that office. All them ladies and all them folks, Kyle and everybody doing all that, making this thing go behind the scenes.
Yeah, they just go. It was interesting to see that side of it again.
You bet. And then watching Dale Yerrigan, he's there checking off the ropers, making sure they get where they need to be and they're in the right order, and everybody's working. All these world champions are working.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course Ronnie, he's got the prime seat. He sits right in the very center so he can see all three arenas.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't miss a thing. And we got to talk with him a little bit. He told stories about going to Madison Square Gardens and all this other stuff. Fun to see him. And then Mr. Carney.
Yeah, kind of the highlight of the whole trip, I think.
I think so. And we had heard him 2 years ago. We had heard him on Rodeo Roots, Dan again, Rob Gann's podcast, Blue Jeans, their podcast. They'd actually interviewed him out there. And he's out in the arena, big tall guy, Louisiana Cowboy.
Yeah.
Big, and I'd never met him. I never saw him. And man, he sat with us, and what a fella and what a coach.
You know, any of you kids out there, if you want to work on your mental aspect, listen to him.
You bet.
Listen to. I don't care what event you work.
Yeah.
Listen to him. And this is the kind of guy he is. And I'm going to say this right here. We were taking Colton, our son, to the Patriot. Left New York, little Toyota Corolla packed to the gills, you know. And somebody said about Tom Kearney.
Yeah.
Gave me their number. Said, well, if you want to work on steer wrestling, this is the guy to get a hold of. Didn't know me, people from New York that could be from New York City and not know a thing about rodeo.
Yep.
You know, called him up. He said, yep, bring him over.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm thinking, bring him over?
Yeah.
Okay, well, what's this gonna entail?
Yeah.
We got there, he called and got some other boys, you know, and he basically did a clinic.
Yeah.
And then when it was time to go.
I mean, you stayed in everything there.
Well, he put us up at his house. That's what I said. It's time to go. He fed us. You know, his wife at that time, which God bless her, had passed away. Just a wonderful, wonderful person, and took care of us. Put us up in the house. He said you can stay in the house or go get a room, but it's here empty if you want to sleep. So we stayed there. Wouldn't take a nickel for nothing. Yeah. Out of somebody he never heard of. Seen or anything. So that's the kind of person this man is.
You bet.
Good man.
You bet. And when we talk about the Quiet Enough to Ride series and all that stuff that we talk about, that mental aspect of rodeo, this cat's got it.
You know, it ties into everything that we talked about, you know, right down to horsemanship.
Yeah.
You know, easing your body up to be relaxed so your horse is relaxed, and it works. But, the mental aspect this man has, it's just phenomenal.
He's got it. He breaks it down. You know, he's a trainer, you know, by profession. He was in the insurance business for a long time, trained a lot of salespeople, and just wonderful. And I really liked, he didn't just tell you stuff, he gave you examples.
Yeah. About
how something works. And he gave an example about breathing and just the impact of breathing in certain situations. And you got to, I'm not going to tell you what it is, you got to tune in and listen to it. But boy, worth the price of admission.
Now, folks, that's called a tease.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to give it away.
Yeah, he breaks things down.
He's designing equipment for it.
Yeah, you know, to a level I never heard of in the rodeo game.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. Taking everything, and he's turned it up a whole notch, and he's running with some big cowboys right now.
Yeah. And you left there, we went to Springtown.
Springtown, about 3 hours away, a little over 3 hours away with the BTC bus. And by the way, BTC bus, new colors. What do you think, Sam?
Oh, pretty nice, Doug. You're styling,
You like
as
it?
usual.
You
yeah,
like it?
I really like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to get a little splash of color on there, so we'll wake it up just a little bit.
You're going to have some racing stripes, huh?
I think maybe. We're going to do something. We're going to get a little color in it. But yeah, so we headed south, Springtown, Texas.
Yeah, and had that reunion there. Got to see some people, met people, didn't know very many of them.
Yeah, Lori
So-
Bellis though was there.
Yeah.
Lori Bellis Edwards, you had
Yeah.
seen her.
So it was a good trip. You got to talk to some people.
Got to
and-
talk to Cattle Kate.
Yeah,
Cattle Kate and barrel racer, IFR qualifier. I mean, all these folks got stories, and her big story was she got to work for Lisa Harris in the rodeo arena, like in the early '60s, dressed up as a rodeo clown. She was.
yeah. So pretty amazing.
Yeah, but Kelly and Charlene, just a great spread. Everybody there was great. I got to talk. We recorded a little bit with Kelly's mom, Judy.
Yeah.
Big cutting horse lady. Had no idea. Big cutting horse lady. If you want to tune in on all these folks we talked to, we have recorded.
Yeah. And then today.
And
Well, the military ties back in.
And so it was probably 9 o'clock, 9:30 at night. We had gotten there around 1 in the afternoon, and good food and good folks and good conversations and good recording and the Buckhorn. What'd you think of the Buckhorn?
It's really a neat place he's put together. Put a lot of work into it. Pictures everywhere. You know, trophy saddles, buckles, stuff from Lenora Rowe. You know, just.
And new display. Did you see the Tom Woods display?
I did. Yeah.
Belt buckle and plaques, photographer of the year.
And that belt buckle was still shiny, like it never worn.
Oh my gosh, and Kelly, he's done great with all that. They actually put on that new edition,
Yeah.
bigger than what it was last year. And then a new contribution, a new displays going up. Sam, you hold it down there, talk a little bit about what you took.
Well, I took a saddle. I won the first North American Rodeo Commission, the championship that I won. And I took that saddle, a bronc holder from Taxman, and a buckle from the finals, and a buckle of Taxman's. So, and one of the things I took that I cherished quite a bit, I won the average at the IFR. It gave a real nice knife away in a case, and it was down in the basement collecting dust, and I said, well, I'll take it down there. And I was thinking about that this morning, you know, everything that we did, and I was at Dalen's bunkhouse, and I thought, you know, when this stuff is over, probably it's the thing to do is send it to Dalen's, you know, when I'm dead and gone.
Yeah.
You know, put it with his stuff.
Put it with his stuff.
He's got a good display of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I appreciate about what's Kelly's doing, I mean, he's invested money. He's put up a building.
Yeah.
You know, and we're all getting older. And we ain't gonna be around forever, Sam.
Ain't that the truth?
And there's a lot of saddles out there in the world, lots of pictures, lots of belt buckles, and we've seen a lot of different things over this last few days. It's like, what's going to happen to this stuff? You know, I mean, great pictures and so forth. So, and like you, sitting there with that belt buckle and that plaque from Tom Woods, you know, that he sent me, that Beverly sent me, and I'm like, who's ever going to see this in my office? Maybe 10 people, as long as I got this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would appreciate what it is to begin with, would even know what it is to begin with. So I'm like, after I come back from the Buckhorn, I sent him down some pictures that Tom Woods had sent me that he had autographed, and the plaques and the buckles and everything, and I'm like, man, they deserve to be out there. So maybe a call to action, Sam, maybe hey, if you got something. What was unique about your saddle, that's the first NARC and the only NARC saddle that's in there, or the only NARC artifact that's actually in that building right now.
Yeah, and a lot of people are will remember it once they see it.
Yeah.
But it hasn't gone on for probably 20 years.
Yeah, every bit of it.
So,
and what's cool is Kelly's a historian, right? I'd say the historian. All right, especially of the IRA, and quite frankly, he's been everywhere in the PRCA. I mean, I don't know there's anybody more connected than what Kelly is, but every picture has a story, and he can tell the story. He's got the background, you know, he knows what was going on when it was going on, you know, and he will do his research, and no doubt you gave him enough, and that story will get told, and get told, and get told.
Yeah, very interesting.
And that's how we get this stuff out into the world. And that's why we record, quite frankly. If we don't record this and save this as an artifact, you know, these stories are going to be gone.
Right.
So it was probably 9:30 Saturday night, right?
Yeah.
And again, we'd gotten there about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And Kelly said, you got to meet this guy, right? And he was all dressed up. Troy Mosley was his name, all dressed up, had sponsorships all over. I thought maybe he was a bull rider going down the road, that kind of, and good looking shirts and stuff like that. And he says, you got to meet him. He's military rodeo.
Right.
And I'm like, military rodeo? And he starts to talk, and he says, oh yeah, there was a European Rodeo Association, and it was the Army. And in 1945, they had a rodeo in Tokyo, Japan. And Camp Pendleton. And I'm like, Oregon? Pendleton, Oregon? No, Camp Pendleton outside of San Diego.
Right.
And he had pictures with thousands, probably 70,000 people watching this military rodeo. So connecting back to the rodeo announcer, Monty Stever.
Right.
He's riding, he's one of several teams in Germany that the Army is sponsoring in rodeo, and he's riding in Berlin in front of 100,000 people, bucking horses. Okay? So he told his story. I hadn't heard any of these stories. We certainly knew there were World War II vets that, of course, came back and rode. But he's with the military, I'll have to get this right, he's an executive board member of the Military Rodeo Cowboy Hall of Fame. So go online, check that out. Okay, there's like 25, 27 inductees. Already Cotton Rosser's one of the inductees.
Yeah, and I guess you said he didn't rodeo for the military, but he probably produced the rodeo.
He put on the rodeo there in Camp Pendleton.
Right.
Yeah. And he said, Troy went on and he had stacks and stacks and stacks and pictures and so forth. And he talked about how in 1917 this really got to start. And it was the Army, the military, that funded all this.
Well, and it's for morale, you know.
Yes.
If you left the ranch and went to the Army or got drafted or whatever, it gives you a little bit of home and competition. And you know, we all know the military's about competition, so
exactly
pushing each other.
And he's you know, he was Marine. Troy was, right? He did the reserves for a number of years and that sort of thing. So it all comes together, and then of course we were talking about all these pictures, and we go visit your friend there in Durant, Oklahoma.
Wow, that was a blessing. It was you know, Ronnie Bowman, bull rider, made the NFR 4 times, I guess. But my son Colton worked for him, and we got to know him a little bit, and told Doug we need to talk to him. And he is very sharp, and his detail. He has books and ledgers of what he went, where he went, how much he spent, what he win, if he scored, what his score was.
How many miles he drove.
Yeah.
And what did he say? Well, one time he rode 84% of the bulls he got on. He bucked off 16 out of 100, Sam.
Yeah.
Started out as a calf roper.
Yeah. Started riding bulls when he lost his calf roping horse to Lightning.
Incredible story. Incredible story. And story of the family and some of the stuff they went through. And
in the time, of era of it was, you know, Freckles Brown.
He was traveling Freckles Brown.
Right.
Freckles Brown was already, what, 43 or 44 years old? He was there when he rode Tornado.
Yeah. So, now there's the tease for that one, folks.
Yeah. That was wonderful. That was wonderful. And the pictures, though, my goodness. We must have looked at 100 pictures.
Yeah.
And that was probably a tenth of what he had there.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about printed out 8x10s or whatever they are, 9x11s, big pictures. And the one thing they all had in common?
Form. Perfect form.
Perfect form. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. So we're looking at all these pictures. Farrell, who's the photographer? Farrell.
I don't know. You were talking about it, but I don't
Yeah.
remember who it
So
was.
we roll in. We leave there yesterday, and we roll here to Mineola, Texas. We're down here with Mike and Darlene Fletcher. Of course, sitting right outside. I can see the building, Spur On Ministry Church here. And Mike comes over. I park, and Mike comes over yesterday afternoon. We get to talk, and he said, I got somebody you ought to talk to. She lives in that front house right there. He says, you got to talk to Missy Long. I'm like, who?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, she's a cowgirl. She's a cowgirl. You're going to want to talk to her. So all these things that get connected. Missy's father was in the military. Okay, so we got a bit of that military theme going on. Missy's mother went to Europe with Bob Hope in the USO, and quite frankly, the rodeo was like the USO, built there, you know, for entertainment, and
Right.
built morale of the troops.
Yeah.
And he was a photographer.
Hmm.
Al Long was his name, but 13 years of age, this cowgirl wins the world. At the time, it was the Girls Rodeo Association, right? Became the WPRA after that. Wins the NFR, right? All one in the same event, and does it at 13 years of age. And her story, Sam.
This one you got to hear.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a lot of twists and turns and ups and downs, but it's life.
Yeah.
It is life story, you know, where we all ease right on through there. You don't always ease through life, everybody.
Yeah.
So it's something you should listen to.
Yeah. And all these shows we record them, they're going to be coming out. We've got a bunch in the can still. I don't know how many episodes we've recorded, but a whole bunch while we've been out and about. You know, we talk about rodeo, all about memories, all about relationships, Sam. And you know, if I just stop and think sometimes, if we weren't doing this show, I'd have never met Mike Fletcher.
Well,
You know, I'd heard of Mike Fletcher.
Mhm.
You'd have talked about Mike Fletcher.
yeah,
I never would have met Mike Fletcher.
isn't that the truth?
Isn't
you know?
that something?
Yeah.
And all Clarence LeBlanc and all these folks that we met, I never would have come in contact with them.
Yep.
You don't run in the same circles.
Exactly. And they don't run in circles anymore. They usually stay home. And so
Exactly.
these are people that, you know, ratings and all that, if we're looking at that, we're not going to get them. But
Yeah.
these are stories
These are
that,
stories.
that are wonderful.
You bet.
Wonderful stories.
Yep, and we're going to get them out there. We're devoted to it. We're going to
Yep.
continue with it. We're still working on the Tom Woods pictures. I don't know. There's going to be 20,000 some pictures there, Sam. We're hustling these rodeo newses. Charlene had a contribution from Maryland, actually, down there. You know, Marilyn Jones, Cattle
yep.
Kate,
Mhm.
brought a bunch more rodeo newses with her, the IRA rodeo newses. And then yesterday we saw stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks of the pro rodeo news, the PRCA side. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, stay focused. You know, we got to stay focused here. There's a lot going on. So we're continuing to be out on the road. BTC bus is running. We got new colors. Trucks running good. Where are you going from here, Sam?
I guess I'm going back to New York.
Yeah.
Thought I was going to go to Alabama, but Colton kind of needs a little help up there, I think, and I guess I'll go back to New York.
And Colton's having a heck of a year this year.
He's doing well, working hard, winning pretty good, so
Yeah,
proud of him.
you bet. And Jeremy is working. Raymond's working. You
Well-
got it all going on up there.
Yeah, I actually talked Jeremy into coming up and doing something that needed done, and
Just like that, it's done.
yeah, he did it, and Colton went to Calgary to do some hazing, so it was a good week for everybody.
Went to Cheyenne.
Cheyenne to haze, yeah. I'm in the wrong country. I'm not even in the right country.
You got to get your passport renewed, man.
It's so hot, it feels like the 4th of July.
It is warm. I lost my air conditioner, so we are sitting here sweating.
Uh-huh.
We got a wiring issue in the BTC bus, so when we get home, I'll have to get back to work on that. I'm headed back home, too.
Yeah.
Headed back to Louisville, and on Friday, I'm going to see Marlon Harris coming to Lexington.
Oh, great.
There's a 90th birthday party that he's coming in for, so thank just for the day.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll drive over about an hour from the house, and we'll get over, see Marlon. He's been on a whirlwind tour, flies into Denver, goes and visits Kristen Bowe, drives up to Calgary, goes visit in Yak, Montana, goes and visits Tom Orr,
Yeah.
right? Then he comes to Cheyenne, sees Free Performance, jumps back on an airplane, and comes back home, drives up, going to be driving up to Lexington, and I believe if all things go well, he's headed to Anchorage here in a few weeks. And then our next road trip, we're just in the midst of putting it together, 4-6 is in September, late September.
Late September, you said, so we'll see how everything pans out. And
Yep. And between here and there, Labor Day, Mountain Cove,
yeah,
and then the first weekend of October, your brothers.
right.
Yeah. So we'll see how it all comes together. And then who knows, when it turns cool, we might get the bus back out and head west. I don't know. Maybe it's time to head south. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But we'll be going somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Any final words, Sam?
Well, I just want to thank everybody for their listening, and appreciate it, and God bless everyone.
You bet. You bet. And this is Doug saying pretty much the same thing. Hey, subscribe. We got all kinds of videos going up these days. This one's audio only. But we're having a lot of fun out here on the road, and we are recording history, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Be safe. And that's going to do it for this episode of Beyond the Chutes as presented by Parasite System. We also want to thank our friends at Simcox & Company Barbershop in Cedar Falls, Iowa. Stop by and see Deb, Tom, Eli, and Troy, and leave there looking great, and enjoy your visit. And I remind you to find and listen to the Wandering Gypsy RV Life, Mr. Stan Cromlish, and his show. You can find that on all the streaming platforms. And Stan and I have been working on a joint venture. It's called Cowboys and Cowgirls Rolling Smooth, built for the rodeo road. And we're proud to sponsor our BTC rodeo athletes, Iowa breakaway roper Aubrey Wolf and New York saddle bronc riding champion Mr. Raymond Hotsteller. If you've been enjoying what we're building, now's the time to help us grow it. Subscribe to the Beyond the Chutes YouTube channel, follow the podcast wherever you listen, and share these episodes with somebody who still believes that these Western stories matter, because they do. And remember to follow Beyond the Chutes for more stories from the rodeo road. This is Beyond the Chutes.
Happy trails to you until we meet again.